Monday. Welcome to Beyond the Forecast. How you doing today, Christy?
Doing pretty good.
Weekend shows go okay?
Yeah, weekend was good. It wasn't that bad of a weekend. We had a little bit of rain on Saturday.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty good.
No big storms. It was quiet
Yeah.
weather overall.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Nothing too crazy. Going into this week, everyone's always an eye on that forecast and what things are looking like. But so far, as we look at radar, it's quiet out there right now. This is great.
Yeah, today's a great day. Outside felt pretty nice. We have seasonable temperatures, so not bad. Yeah, got some rain off to the west, though.
Yeah, some clouds moving in from the west. There's a bigger storm system. Check this out here. Here's a look at the view on the GOES East satellite.
Ooh.
So pretty impressive storm system moving across the Midwest.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very classic looking with that cold front draping down the area of low pressure. So this is the storm system of the beginning part of the week, and we'll get some of that rainfall here in the next couple of days. But overall, going into Thanksgiving, I don't see major winter storms or major impacts for travel.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. So that's good. Wednesday, we'll have some rain, maybe some heavier pockets. It seems like it'll be kind of quicker, that line of the heavy stuff. So, you can probably adjust your travel enough if you're driving that it's not going to set you back too much if you want to wait that out.
Yeah, and you don't have to say where, but you're going to be with family coming up this weekend.
Yeah, so that'll be nice. Have Thanksgiving off, so I'll be traveling down south. I don't mind saying I'll be going to Myrtle Beach.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wow.
Yes.
Myrtle. Well, I don't know what the dance is for Myrtle Beach. But
I'm going from one beach to the next, so I don't know. I guess it's not that exciting.
That's nice, though. Yeah. I'm going to be staying local, but I will be off on Thanksgiving Day, and we'll be back on the day after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Wake up at, what is that? Probably wake up at maybe 1 a.m., get in line in front of the store and see what deals you can get. I don't even think you can do that anymore.
I was going to say, do people do that? I think it is gone. I think I realized that last year, because that was always like growing up, that was a big thing. You'd sit there with the paper ads.
Yes, on Wednesday.
Yes,
and or then, Thanksgiving,
Yeah, Thanksgiving Day or Wednesday night, and you're mapping out like, okay, I want this deal, I want this, and then you're like, all right, what time do the stores open? Or like my favorite thing as a kid, JCPenney, they used to have the little snow globes that they would give out. So we would always wait in line.
Yeah.
And you had to bundle up. I mean, you're waiting there. Some people camped out like the night before.
Yes.
And, now we don't have the thrill of getting trampled.
Right. I mean, and Black Friday shopping, the phrase of it has already begun. The deals have begun.
I know.
So,
Crazy.
there's some nice deals out there. I saw a television set. It was, I think, a 60-inch flat screen for $100. I saw from one store.
Wow.
And then it was a 90-inch flat screen for $1,000, but that's a 98-inch screen. That's huge.
I didn't even know TVs went up that big right now. I mean, I know they get bigger every year. So I'm like, I remember when it was like 60 inches, was like, oh my gosh, that's a massive TV.
Yeah, but almost 1,000, or sorry, not 1,000, 100 inches, 100 inches for $1,000.
Okay.
State of the art. I mean, I can see a few people getting that because they have a spot in their house, they have a movie room or whatever, or they have their favorite spot where they watch the game, and they get that puppy up on the wall for the football season, the rest of the football season. That's a definite, like, hey, come on over.
That's like you got to have like a movie room or something for that. Like my house, I feel like in my living room, I could fit like 75 inches, maybe 80 if I really wanted to push it. I think I've got 70 inches now.
That's a big screen.
Yeah.
I don't even have TVs that big in my house. That's a nice television set.
It is a nice television set. Mine was also not like $100. I went all out and did like this was like 4 years ago, so I'm sure it's outdated now. But it was like the QLED, and it was like the top of the line, so it was a few thousand.
The thing about if you're buying a 98-inch TV, I think you need to get it delivered, or you need to have a proper vehicle before you go there. Don't try and squeeze this in your sedan in front of the store. This is not a television that you can squeeze in by folding down seats. It's going to be too wide.
You need
and too tall, essentially.
I mean, I would just have them deliver it, because even in a pickup truck, I mean, you got to tie that down very carefully.
Yes, you do. I rented a van once and picked up a television set, and my neighbor had some straps, so we strapped it down, and we were able to keep it upright and strapped down inside the van. And that was a great way to do it, because the delivery was expensive. The delivery was like $150, and I was a little bit miffed by that. For like, oh, come on, this is just a television set, 60-inch screen. I mean, I have a refrigerator that's being delivered tomorrow, and that is $80 for the delivery and the removal of the old fridge, and that's a 370-pound item.
Yeah.
That's huge. This isn't a television set.
Right.
So I don't know. It just depends on what you want to do.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to try and move a refrigerator myself.
Yeah. No.
All right.
Did you get a good deal on that at least?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole goal, I just
good.
want to have a working fridge.
Right.
I really don't care so much about the
It's like
deal
a
anymore.
terrible time for your fridge to go out too during the holidays.
Oh, it's, yeah. I mean, if we didn't get one by really Wednesday, I would say I'm not able, because we're going over to someone's house, I wasn't going to be able to make what I needed to make. Because
Yeah.
it's just been too hard to get supplies and to keep things cold. Everything's down to a minimum right now.
Yeah.
Because the more you have, the more you got to keep cold.
Yep.
So it's just kind of bare bones right now, which is fine. But in terms of making massive quantities for other people with sour cream and meat, you got to make sure you keep it food safe. And
Yep.
I'm not able to guarantee that. So I don't want to make
Yeah.
someone sick.
Yeah.
No one wants
Makes
food
sense.
poisoning after Thanksgiving. Good way to lose weight, but not the best way to lose weight. So, so anyway, we have a storm system that's off to our west right now. We'll go
Yep.
back to the view of Max, and we have a chance for maybe some rainfall here in the next couple of days.
Yeah.
I'm loading up Future Track right now. So here it is.
Okay.
So tomorrow we're looking okay, but as we go into tomorrow night, tomorrow during the morning, it already starts to cloud up across our area. And then tomorrow afternoon and into our evening, there's some rain that we're seeing on here, but this isn't that much.
No, it's really kind of backed off on some of that scattered rain. I mean, it has like that one quick round right there that we're looking at early Wednesday morning.
Yep.
But even from yesterday when I was looking at it, it looked like there was going to be more scattered rain from Tuesday evening through the night. Now it looks like it's almost more isolated.
That's a big change from
Yeah.
what we've been seeing earlier. Let me just go backwards again. So here's a look at the forecast for tonight. We'll have some clouds moving in from the west. I have my telescope outside right now. It's turned on. It's tracking Saturn. Even though
Okay.
it's not dark yet, it knows where Saturn is.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's following it based on, I did all my alignment last night, so it knows where everything is in the sky. So it's tracking it right now. Saturn has already come up above the horizon. We're just waiting for it to get dark. We'll see if we can get a view of it, but with these clouds coming in,
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
it might
know.
be a bust.
Yeah, it might be.
Might be a bust.
We'll see.
Here's a look at, where are we at right now? Oh, we're still doing pretty good on time, but just since we're talking about it right now, here's a look at Saturn from last night.
Oh, that's
This
cool.
is looking at the planet, and the rings are edge on. So this only happens once every 13 to 16 years. We had this happen back in March, and we get one more chance to see it, and that was this past weekend. So the rings are edge on. Instead of it being kind of tilted and you can see more of the ring face, you're seeing it basically right edge on in towards the planet. And did you know the rings are only around 10 meters thick, or about 30 feet thick?
I did not know that.
That's how thin they are.
Wow.
30 feet is from one side of this room to the other.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's how thick or thin they are.
Yeah,
even though we
that's
can see
thin.
them.
Yeah, that's a lot thinner than I thought that they were going to be. That's pretty cool. I also don't think that I've really ever seen Saturn look edge on. So I saw your picture on this and it didn't dawn on me. I was like, this looks a little different. That's why it looks a little different, because it's edge on.
Yep, they're edge on. Now,
Okay.
if you're looking really closely, you see that you see the rings on the side of the planet.
Yeah.
But then you see the ring going to the center of the planet. Notice how it's off a little bit, how it looks like it's crooked? Mm-hmm. That is the shadow of the rings. So we're seeing the shadow of the rings on the planet. We're not seeing the rings because, remember, they're so thin.
Yeah.
They're only 30 feet, and the planet's huge. So in terms of scale, it's too thin, and the planet's too bright, and we just can't make out that detail. The visibility through our atmosphere last night wasn't the best. This is about the best I could do. We can see some different colors of parts of Saturn, so you obviously can see the rings in towards the equator, but where it's brighter, that yellow, and then it changes color sharply above and below the rings there. So you can see there's some detail to the surface of the planet. Not as much as I would have liked to share, but this is the best I could do from last night.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Well,
pretty
that's
fun.
cool. I mean, it looks good. It's still a good picture.
Yeah, I was happy with it. So
Yeah.
that's the view from last night. We'll see if we can capture it again tonight, as the rings are still mostly edge on. They've changed a little bit, but they're still about the same. It's not too dramatic. After the break, I think we'll talk about the travel forecast going into the next couple of days.
Yeah, I think this is a hot topic.
Yep, that's a hot topic. But before we go to break, I just want to remind everyone that on our website, wavy.com, you can check out the Remarkable Women page, Remarkable Women 2026. This is your time to nominate a woman that you had in your life to be part of our Remarkable Women. The winner of the Remarkable Women program, they get a prize that gets sent to their location of their choice, a donation of their choice. Let's turn off that notification window. There's a lot of things. So there's a bunch of finalists. There's 5 regional finalists, and there's 1 Remarkable Woman of the Year that gets $25,000 donation made directly to their 501c closest to their heart. So the 125 get the 1,000, 5 regional get the 5,000, and 1 gets a $25,000 donation.
That's pretty nice.
So a great time to nominate someone that you can think of in your life. The countdown is on until nomination ends, so start thinking about it over the holidays. Maybe someone during Thanksgiving deserves that Remarkable Woman title.
Yeah.
So think about that. On our website, wavy.com. We'll be back with more coming up in just a little bit. Welcome back to Beyond the Forecast, looking at the travel forecast into the next couple of days, including tonight. Besides, I would say, a couple of regional airports around the Midwest, I don't really see any major impacts from how this rain looks for this evening.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I think airports will probably be fine. If you're driving, I mean, just that one swath of rain that's going to be eventually moving towards us. That's the only thing that you really have to look out for over the next couple of days. Otherwise, yeah, not looking too bad. We've got some snow that's up towards Montana that will be impacting, headed towards the Great Lakes. But yeah, overall, really not bad across the U.S. for heading into the next few days.
Yeah, real quick, here's the current conditions. This is the FlightAware Misery Map, so this is on FlightAware.com. Great tool if you ever want to see how things are looking for airports across the country. Really, New York, D.C., Chicago, Charlotte, Atlanta, and into Florida, no problems. Minnesota looking just fine. Dallas has really seen some bigger impacts because they just had that rain move through.
Yeah.
So that's where there is a little bit more misery, as you could say. 192 delayed flights and 11 canceled flights. So not a lot of canceled, but a lot of delays.
A lot of delays. But it makes sense because there's some storms within that front that's moving through. So.
And then Houston, not seeing too much of a difference too. So I would say both airports in Houston probably seeing the impacts just as much. So that's really the spot where the thunderstorms are. That's where the impacts will be. Looking back at the travel forecast going into the next couple of days here, let's get this thing to play out. So here's a look at the line of rain for tomorrow, getting closer to Atlanta. So they're going to have to watch this because it looks like the rain will go through Atlanta during the day tomorrow. So they'll have some impact. So Delta Airlines will probably see more of the impacts tomorrow. Dallas, whose hub is that? Is that American
That's
hub?
American.
Yeah, American hub. So they're seeing American flights seeing a little bit more impact today. Delta seeing a little bit more impact for tomorrow. And then into Wednesday, here's Wednesday morning, couple of showers along the East Coast, the Northeast, including our area, and then the snow into Minnesota. So there'll be some impacts for Minneapolis-bound flights or flights that are going through Minneapolis. They have a great snow removal team, so I don't think it's going to be that bad. It is not. I don't think they're going to be really hit that hard. I think Minneapolis will be okay.
Yeah, they'll probably be all right. Might have a couple delays for DC if they get a couple of these storms early in the morning, but not too bad. It doesn't look like. It looks like it'll be moving pretty quick through.
Yeah. Should be okay. So that's just kind of looking at the whole country, not seeing any major deals. Temperature-wise, into tomorrow, we're warming it up a little bit.
Yeah, we get a nice southerly breeze that helps to warm us up to near 70 degrees. So
that's nice.
Yeah, it'll be a nice little warm-up for us. It lasts for a couple of days. We're kind of on this roller coaster ride. A little bit cool today in those upper 50s, then we'll jump up to near 70. We'll stay warm as we're heading into your Wednesday morning. Yeah.
That's when we get that rain that's coming in.
Yep. Exactly.
So light rainfall, mild morning with temperatures in the 60s, and then Wednesday afternoon, we're still looking pretty mild here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not bad. Right before that front moves through. Then Thanksgiving, that's when we cool down into the mid-50s. I don't think our map goes out that far, but.
No, not that one doesn't go that far, but here's the Thanksgiving outlook. So scattered showers, warm with lows in the 70s Thursday, dry but chilly and highs in the mid-50s. So that'll be perfect if you bake that pie in the morning. You can set it in the windowsill to let it cool down.
Dude, there you go. I don't know. Do people do that? Like set it on the windowsill?
Well, yeah. If you don't have a spot to cool down, most people put it on their stove and let it cool down on top of the stove.
Yeah, that's what I would always do.
But if you're cooking a lot, you need to set it somewhere because you can't put it on the stove.
See, I have cats, so I wouldn't trust putting it in a windowsill because they jump up there all the time.
Right. Yeah, and take a scoop,
Yeah, right.
What's your favorite kind of pie?
I like apple.
Yep, me too.
Pumpkin isn't bad. I
Okay.
like pumpkin.
I've never
Better
been a
than
pumpkin
sweet
fan.
potato. I don't like sweet potato.
Nah, I don't care for a sweet potato or pumpkin pies.
Okay.
I like fruit pies and primarily peach pies. If you get a
Oh,
nice
peach
peach
is
pie,
good.
yeah, in the summertime from the fresh peaches.
Peach
Whoa.
is good. I also like rhubarb pies.
Okay.
Like a strawberry rhubarb or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish rhubarb grew around here.
I know. I got into rhubarb because of my family from Minnesota. So and
Yep.
when I was staying there on the farm in the summers, they would have rhubarb that would grow and they
Yes.
would cook up a bunch of different things with it.
I remember just eating, taking the stalk right out of the plant and then peeling back the skin and then just
Yeah.
eating it, and it's so sour. I'm
I was
puckering
gonna say,
out.
yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking
I'm starting to
about
pucker
too.
up right now. My mouth started watering instantly because it's so sour, but it's so
is.
good. It was our
Yeah.
snack because, you come home from school. I'd go over to my friend's house. They had a giant rhubarb bush. So we were hungry. You're a teenager. You just eat. I mean, there's not much to eat, so you have to wait till dinner. So you just start eating the rhubarb. You graze on the rhubarb.
You gotta pour some sugar on it.
Well, that tames it down.
Yeah.
But the pure, I like the sour. I don't need to tame it down. If I could grow rhubarb here, I would have a whole front yard of it. That'd be cool. But I don't
would be
know.
cool.
I need to ask a garden, like a garden master or an expert, why doesn't rhubarb grow around here? I don't know why. Is it because we don't get cold enough in the wintertime to get that nice freeze going?
Yeah, I would.
Or is it
I
just
would
too hot and
assume.
tropical? I
Could
don't know
be
if
the
that's
heat.
it.
That's a good question. I would have thought, my first thought was that it doesn't get cold enough, but it could be that we get too hot.
Could be too hot.
That I think would make a little bit more sense.
Yeah, the plant, because it's a big plant with huge leaves, and
Yeah.
I could see that thing getting stressed from the heat and just like, ugh, I can't do this, and then just get smoked by the sun.
Yeah.
Because it likes to be in full sun. You're not growing rhubarb in shade. It grows in
Yeah.
the sun.
Yeah, we get way too hot.
There's not an invasive species, but there's a weed. There's a plant that looks like rhubarb that's smaller that I know grows in Minnesota, and it's not rhubarb, so you have to be very careful thinking, ooh, rhubarb. And then it's smaller, it's much smaller, but it's not. So there's a phony rhubarb. But anyway, for Thanksgiving, we're looking just fine here. Strawberry rhubarb pie sounds great. I wish I could get some of that. Here's the forecast again. So we're looking at sunny and colder weather.
Yeah.
Not windy, not rainy this year.
No, that was just a fun graphic.
I like this
to throw
graphic.
in there.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
I like the turkey getting blown away in the wind.
Yes. Yes, me too. And then the Climo. This is kind of fun now. Thanksgiving always falls on a different date every year.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing about this. It's not like Halloween or 4th of July. But we do have at least some type of averages. And we usually see averages around 58 degrees.
Yeah, so it will be a little bit cooler than that, but not bad this year. Definitely not touching anywhere near the warmest or coldest. 80 degrees, that's pretty warm.
Yes, that's warm.
Yeah, 1985, and then 32 degrees in 1930. I'm glad we are not having a very cold Thanksgiving, although I'm sure that you would hope for a cold Thanksgiving. You might get snow then.
I don't want snow for Thanksgiving because then we'd all have to work.
That's true.
Yeah, we don't want to get snow on
No, we
Thanksgiving.
don't want that.
Yeah.
They haven't really seen a whole lot of snow out here. Half of an inch in 1912, long time ago.
Yeah.
So
One time
mean,
where we did have
makes
snow.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so as we go, we're going to go to another commercial break here, a little break, but I want to show you this before we do this, and we can talk over this. This is from Go's Loop of the Day. This is really amazing. So this is looking at all major hurricanes starting in the year 2020 and then going into present time. So it's going to load each one on one image, kind of like a portrait or a big grouping. So you can see the view from 2020 and then into 2021, and it's just going to keep adding them on as the years go on. This is something that they just shared. This is kind of fun. Obviously not at the same time.
Right.
Every year we're just kind of stacking them up. You can see where the big storms were located. 2024 is right there. Now we're going to go into 2025. We're adding Aaron, Gabrielle, look at that, Umberto, and then look at Melissa filling that one spot right in the middle right there.
I was going to say, hey, there's one spot, and then there comes Melissa.
Yeah. So that is every major hurricane from the year 2020 to 2025. And I mean, this year we had several storms that had impressive eyes
Yeah.
with them. And Melissa definitely taking the cake. Gabrielle was pretty impressive. A couple years back, Laura in the Gulf was impressive. So there were storms at their strongest point that were looking really huge and impressive. But this year we really had quite a showing of a lot of big storms. None of them making landfall in the United States as a hurricane.
No, that was great. Great for us.
Yeah, great for us. All right, we're going to take a little break here. We'll be back with more and Beyond the Forecast coming up. focused theme. There's the view from the hurricanes. I wanted to actually click on this instead. So into the next couple of days, we're just tracking a couple of showers that are moving in. Here's a GFS model. This is a little bit more on Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
But not too bad. That rain clears out in the evening. Thanksgiving Day looks to be just fine, as we'll have northwesterly winds and clear skies, colder air, and then that snow sets up into West Virginia and areas north. The lake effect snow machine kind of turns on later this week.
Yeah, it looks like it. So if you're traveling up north, you might get some snow.
Yep, and then here's Sunday. So this is the day. Let me just add a pause point just so we can have it. So let me make it so I can zoom this out. So here's Sunday. If you have friends or family that's leaving town that day, they're going to have to watch out because there is a good chance that a big storm system will develop across the Midwest. So this could impact air travel. By car, no problems across the whole region, but by air, Chicago will have a lot of wind and some rainfall, snow areas north of that. Now, it's good that Chicago's not getting the snow because that would really send a ripple effect across most of the country.
Oh, yeah.
It's really just a northern Wisconsin and Minnesota type of thing. And one of the models last week had snow totals above 30 inches in northern in northern Minnesota near Duluth from that storm. It's not going to be that great, but it is going to be a big winter storm for that part of the country. So they're really going to get a huge snow event that day.
Yeah, we've got that Canadian air that's moving in.
Yes, we
so
do.
That really cools us down after we have this cold front.
Yeah, it's cool. I was wondering, I saw this on camera, like, what? It looked like it was a block of cheese for a second. There's a block of tissue behind me. It didn't look like a block of cheese when it was back there.
A block of cheese would be more exciting.
Yeah, I was like, oh, wait. Oh, cheese.
My tummy is a little hungry right now, so a block of cheese would be a nice little snack.
Yeah, it'd be a nice snack. We have some rainfall for, again, Tuesday evening on the European model into Wednesday morning. Some scattered showers, not that much. And then that clears out for Thanksgiving Day into the weekend after Thanksgiving, looking dry, but we're watching for that storm system to pop up. Here's where we are Saturday afternoon. Whoops, I didn't mean to click that. And then here's Sunday. So let me just add a pause around the same time that we were looking at earlier, and then I can zoom this out a little bit. So this doesn't have this. Wow, this is a big change.
That is a big difference.
This doesn't have any snow in Minnesota. This has it earlier.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that has
let
snow,
me pause this here.
Probably Minnesota earlier, but then it's got it across the Great Lakes.
Yeah, it keeps it farther south.
Yeah.
Wow, and that brings big snow to Chicago.
That's interesting.
Ooh, wow.
That's a big difference.
That's a major difference. So
yeah.
Air travel, definitely got to watch the next weekend forecast for getting home.
Yes, for sure.
It could be pretty tricky.
Yep.
Could be pretty tricky. Getting to your destination or family coming in here or whatever you're doing before Thanksgiving should be fine, but then should be better on the way back. Watched the movie Planes, Trains, and Automobiles last night. Haven't seen that movie in a couple of years. That was fun to see that again. Great Thanksgiving movie.
That's good. I don't know that I've seen that movie.
Oh, you got to see it.
Okay.
It's a good one. It's fun.
Okay.
And everyone can relate. If you've ever had a travel nightmare where things have fallen apart, flights delayed, car rental jammed, whatever, car breakdown, you can relate at some point in that movie.
Okay. You know, I never watched the movie, but when I was in band in high school, we had one of our performances that was based off of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yep. It's just a great classic movie. The only difference now, I wouldn't say it still holds up to this day because a lot of things fall apart, but there weren't cell phones. So the way that the husband, he doesn't communicate with his wife much because he doesn't have a cell phone.
Oh, that makes sense.
But essentially everything else is about the same. So check out the movie. It's a great movie. Otherwise, we'll see you on tomorrow's episode of Beyond the Forecast. Bye.